So here is my Violet de Bordeaux cage. As you can see, I set this chicken wire around it. Now it's kind of difficult to see. And what I need to do, I need to set the bucket just a little bit lower. So I'm trying to protect the roots as much as I can. And I'm going to fill it with leaves. I'm going to go down the street here. Good neighbor John, he owns one of the oldest homes in Walden. He has a couple of acres of property full of sugar maples. I'm going to get some leaves from him, probably I'll say a couple 100-gallon bucket, two 50-gallon buckets, and put them in here. Make sure they're all the way around. And on top, I'm going to put a little some sort of tarp with some protective layer of plastic of something. But around the tree, around this structure, around this chicken wire, I will not cover it with plastic or anything like that, for the simple reason that whatever you have inside the structure, it needs to breathe. If you just surround it with plastic, it will just, you're going to get fungus, mold, who knows. It's not going to be good, because no air will be going in there, and the leaves or whatever you have will start to decompose, and it's going to be goodnight Vienna. All right, so I'm going to pull the structure out, set it a little bit lower, and then I'm going to go for the leaves. So I've also added plastic netting in these scraps of 2x6s on the bottom, so whatever I add on top of it is not going to smother the cutting. Sometimes gardeners, what they do, they have a tree. Let's say here's my friendly shtick. So they have this tree that's growing in the ground, and come fall, on one side of the tree they cut the roots, and then they bend the tree down into, they dig a little trench. So on one side they cut the roots, the other side they dig a trench, and then they bend the tree down into the trench, and they put dirt and leaves and other organic matter, and they keep the tree there in the ground, buried in the ground 100% all winter. And come April, they unearth it, they push it up, and of course the fig tree goes into a major shock. But it's a method that works, but I'm not willing to do that. I don't think it's necessary. If we lived in zone, let's say 4B, 5A, that would be probably necessary. But nowadays in Orange County, New York, the winters have become less and less extreme cold. I remember back in the late 70s and the early 80s, oh man, the winters were harsh and long and snowy, and a lot of snow, not just snowy. And so nowadays we get maybe one heavy snow, and then the rest of the winter is just a little bit here and there. So I will try this method, and I think it will work. And here we have, I'm almost done with the tower. As you can see, the bucket is all covered. I've added about 2 50-gallon buckets and full of leaves. But I try to compress it. As soon as I bring it in, I have this stick and I compress it as much as I can. It will probably take another 50-gallon bucket, so it will be 150 gallons in a bucket, 3 buckets, 3 large buckets of worth of leaves. And that's it. This thing will stay here until March, April 2021. Violette de Bordeaux. So the next task for me to tackle is this bed with the 6 a variety of cuttings. How many? 1 Chicago Hardy in the corner. Then those 2 Greek figs. That's Violette de Bordeaux, and these are 2 other figs, Greek figs also. So, and also have the cage around it. And we're moving forward. I'm gonna go in soon. I've been working out here all day today. Let me see. Let me show you the Crocus sativas. They're doing very well. I think they're done with the flowering. Out of the 18 crocuses that made it, I got 9 flowers, and I don't think they're going to flower anymore. If they do, that will be a miracle. So I will do something similar over here with the cage around it, and I'm going to fill it up with leaves, and I'm going to leave the Crocus sativas, the saffron bulbs in the middle. And also that one, I have to remember to create some sort of a hat, some sort of a top that's going to protect it from just rain, keep falling on top of it and making a mess. So garden's looking good this year. I'm very happy. All right, have a good day, everybody. Bye. And here's another quick update. My good neighbors, Scott and Christine, they gave me these beautiful chopped leaves that I'm putting around the bed, the base of the bed, for added protection. This will be great. Oh man, I love it. Some of these leaves are going to go to other beds. I just asked them to dump them there for now. But I'm going to surround the bed, and then most of those leaves are going to go to the other beds. I love chopped leaves. Oh, look at these babies. Look at them. Oh, all kinds of different trees. I love it. Here started with 1 Violette de Bordeaux, 1 Chicago Hardy, and 4 Greek figs that I have. And I started putting around it the hay. There I have a whole bucket, a 50-gallon bucket full of whole leaves. Here on this side I have, I'll say, about 2 cubic yards of chopped leaves from my good neighbors. And back there I bought from a local farmer a bale of straw and a bale of hay left. That's what I have left. Here I finished the tower with 1 Violette de Bordeaux that I hid in there. So I have the Violette de Bordeaux on the bottom. I have straw on top of it. Then I have whole leaves. Then I have the tarp to protect it from the water. And then on top of it I have chopped leaves. And the plant is right in the middle of this tower, and it will survive the winter. Of course, it's the end of November, and it's been beautiful. So let me get to work, and I'll put in the wheelbarrow the straw and the hay, and I'll start building the tower here for these pots. And I'll start with the hay. Hay! I'm gonna get a little bit of this, and I'm gonna start piling it over there. Nothing fancy. I'm just trying to create a protective layer. You see? Very difficult to work with one hand. So give me a few minutes, I'll add a little bit more. Basically what I do, I go around the perimeter of this cage with this metal, the chicken wire, and I add a thick layer of straw or hay. What's the difference between straw or hay? That, very little. The difference is that the straw, is used, for the floor of barns and chicken coops, to contain the poop and the urine from the animals. Whereas the hay is used for feed for horses, cows, and things like that. So, all right, give me a few minutes. So I got a videographer working for me now. So here we go. I'm going to add some more straw here. Some of it on the ground. And now some in the middle. And now I will put some outside of the cage to protect it further.
On the perimeter of the bed. Hello. I'll add the net. Put back the netting. Hello. There you go.
So the netting will contain some of the straw and hay inside the bed frame. So I'm gonna have these wires here. There you go. I'll get another wire for the bottom. And for the most part, this is well protected. I will add some of the chopped leaves now, and I will ask my videographer to pause the video, and then I'll show you how it is going to be after I added the chopped leaves. Hello. Now I'm adding the leaves on the side. It's not an easy job, but somebody's got to do it. I have to add some more leaves over there, but this is good for now. I have to staple this onto the bed frame. Thank you, Eileen. And here's the final product. As you can see, I added the plastic and a little bit more hay on top of it so the wind doesn't blow it away. This is the north side. I've added a little bit of extra hay and leaves. Let's see. So this is it for the figs. This is the bulk of them. There's the one Violet de Bordeaux. I made a special tower for it. Now what's remaining here to do, I have to spread around the chopped leaves so they're evenly distributed, and we'll be ready for spring. I hope it's going to be a mild winter, maybe get just a little bit of snow. So this is looking good. The figs are well protected. I couldn't have done any better. All right, adios, figgies. I'll see you in the spring. Be well.